A Yakuza guy named Oda awakens in the midst of a blocked road, in his underpants in front of the legendary killer BokSoon. She states that she learned from her daughter Jae-young that things should be done honestly and that when they heard the news about the senator refuting all claims that his son was fraudulently allowed into college, she decided not to kill him immediately. In order to be fair, BokSoon gives Oda a sword to protect himself while she decides to fight with a hatchet. Two very trained warriors engage in a violent fight, but BokSoon is ultimately killed by Oda. However, BokSoon is suddenly seen alive as well, because that fight is a result of her analysis and foresight. She chooses to shoot Oda after realizing she can't win. She returned home after that and found out that her daughter has been hiding cigarettes. BokSoon is reminded of the time her father made her eat a cigarette when he caught her smoking. When Jae-young gets home, BokSoon goes through many scenarios in her mind and seeing they all end in an argument. She decides not to scold her, since their relationship is already pretty tense and awkward. News reports about Oda's death the following day. The CEO of MK Enterprise, Min-kyu, is happy to see that BokSoon did a good job for the company. He loves BokSoon and gives her more attention, but his sister Min-hee is envious because she is aware of this. In the meantime, BokSoon goes out for drinks with her hitman friends. She is class A and the best in the business, so everyone is impressed by her sword and her big income. They talk about the 3 guidelines Min-kyu taught all assassin: never kill minors, only accept tasks approved by their company, and always attempt the assigned jobs. The employee will be killed if they disobey these rules. After the rendezvous, BokSoon discovers some thugs looking at her car and yelling obscenities at her. Fellow assassin Hee-sung intervenes and beats the men up. Hee-sung is just as good as BokSoon and ought to be in class as well, but he was prevented from reaching that level because he offended the CEO. BokSoon and Hee-sung spend the night together after the fight. His pride is wounded when BokSoon gives him money for his father's medical care. Meanwhile, Jae-young is meeting with her girlfriend So-ra. They are aware that their mothers would disapprove of their relationship, that's why they keep it a secret. They are forced to stop their kissing when a group of classmates almost steps on them. Jae-young has to decline Chul-woo's request to hang together, which makes him angry. Later, BokSoon attempts to visit Min-kyu at the MK office, but Min-hee blocks her way and takes her away for an exclusive activity. Young-ji strikes a man in a sketchy restroom, setting off a violent struggle that knocks them against the wall, and this is a training exercise for assassins. She is put on the spot by Min-hee, who requests to train Young-ji, who is her biggest fan. Young-ji has a wooden knife and BokSoon has a marker, and giving BokSoon the early advantage in the fight. Young-ji successfully pulls off a ruse to fling his weapon from one hand to the other, sparing BokSoon from getting cut if the knife had been real. BokSoon instantly strikes back and writes on his neck with her marker. After that, BokSoon is forced to select one of 2 envelopes for the upcoming mission by Min-kyu. She realizes she must kill a boy, but Min-kyu corrects her right away, saying he is of legal age. BokSoon used the occasion to inform Min-kyu that her contract is expiring and will be retiring. BokSoon receives a call from the school and told that Jae-young stabbed Chul-woo. She hurried to the school and found that her daughter would be expelled since she failed to provide an explanation for the attack. She will be suspended for 1 week and the committee will then decide properly later. BokSoon confronts Jae-young for an explanation and she said he wanted to kill Chul-woo. Later, as Hee-sung is cleaning the dead he left behind, BokSoon gives her company and laments about how remote she feels from her daughter. She is worried that Jae-young resembles her. Meanwhile, every leaders under MK has a meeting. They have learned that a murder victim was killed against the wishes of the firm and one of its workers may be responsible. If that is the case, Min-kyu tells everyone that he won't think twice to kill the offender. They are unaware that this is Min-hee's plan to get rid of BokSoon so she can have Min-kyu for herself. Later, BokSoon attempts to speak with Jae-young but is met with silence. She then receives a call from Min-kyu, who is getting ready to leave on a trip, telling her that Young-ji will be her mission companion. Later that evening, the 2 assassins enter the victim's apartment, knock him out and then start organizing the evidence to make it appear he did it himself. BokSoon checks the goodbye note and it turns out that this is the senator's son, whose father is being assassinated to put an end to the issue. An unexpected call that goes straight to voicemail interrupts her train of thinking, and when she listens to the message she hears Jae-young apologize for everything. BokSoon decides against killing the boy only to make his father feel bad. She calls Min-kyu to inform him that the mission was a failure and made a mistake. Min-kyu has arrived at a Russian club and puts his earbuds to talk to BokSoon as he completed his mission. Min-kyu kills every man who approaches him with precise shots or hand-to-hand combat. He asked for the truth, but BokSoon insists on her version of events and even gets Youngji to admit to making a mistake to make it seem more credible. BokSoon admits she violated the rules, but in order to gain Min-kyu's silence, she offers to prolong her contract with MK. She asks that the failed mission can't be completed by anyone and Min-kyu complies. Jae-young is already asleep when she arrives home. However, when she leaves the room, that Jae-young was only pretending to sleep because So-ra has been unresponsive to her messages. Min-kyu calls Min-hee and instructs her to end the senator's case, disregarding the possibility that this would harm the company's reputation. BokSoon is obviously Min-kyu's preference, which makes her despise her even more. She went looking for Hee-sung and asked him to finish the job. Hee-sung agreed right away because it would elevate him to the A-leagues and funds for his father's medical care. Min-kyu can't stop thinking about the day he met BokSoon years ago while on the plane. The victim's daughter arrived home earlier than anticipated when Min-kyu broke into the house. This was BokSoon, who didn't care that her violent father was being killed. Instead, she kicked the chair to complete the killing. The girl's lack of fear and quick thinking delighted Min-kyu and took her under his wing and began training as an assassin. Later, when BokSoon and her daughter are able to speak properly, the girl reveals the truth about what transpired. When they were kissing, Chul-woo snapped a photo and threatened to make it public unless she dated him. To make matters worse, So-ra told her to follow his instructions to protect her reputation. She retaliated by stabbing him with scissors after becoming upset by her girlfriend's lack of compassion. Jae-young is greatly hurt when BokSoon questions if her daughter is just confused after learning that she likes girls. Youngji stops by and interrupts their talk. BokSoon believes this is an attack, but she immediately loses her temper when Youngji explains that she was fired because he protected her. BokSoon, who is feeling guilty, brings Youngji to a bar for supper while Jae-young is forced to watch as her mother once more puts her job before her. BokSoon's assassin friends with Hee-sung congratulating him on attaining a rank, which immediately causes BokSoon to suspect something is awry. Min-kyu furiously confronts Min-hee for finishing the senator's job. In response, Min-hee makes an attempt to kiss him. Min-kyu rejects her and continues to support BokSoon. BokSoon hears of the boys passing and immediately deduces what happened. A call from Min-hee asking to be put on speaker abruptly ends her scolding Hee-sung. Then she offers the task of killing BokSoon, and who completes it will immediately move up to rank B. BokSoon realized Youngji is on her side, aiding her in killing as another vicious brawl breaks out in which even the bar owner participates. Using whatever weapon they can find, they take out each assassin one by one until just Hee-sung is left. Hee-sung begs her to care for his father when BokSoon kill him. BokSoon calls the cleaners and inquires as to why Youngji assisted her. He responded that he was only trying to survive, that BokSoon had a better chance of winning. Jae-young then calls BokSoon and asks when her mother would return home since she needs her. Min-kyu, who appears out of nowhere, throws her violently against the wall because he will be in trouble with the other leaders. He destroys the phone because BokSoon doesn't want her daughter to hear this. Youngji then clarifies that Min-hee was the one who gave the orders. Min-kyu urges BokSoon to renew her contract the next day because that is the only way he can protect her. However, BokSoon declines, knowing that this disrespect will lead to a battle. She can clearly see that she loses when she calculates the results, therefore she is forced to agree to the renewal. Min-kyu requests that Youngji keep this information private. BokSoon gets a reprimand from her daughter that she is concerned that she hadn't answered her phone. Jae-young explains that So-ra dumped her and is now denying having feelings for ladies. BokSoon expresses regret for her earlier response and assures her that she don't need to hide her identity. Jae-young realizes her mother also had a terrible day at work as she suffers a breakdown. They talk about their challenging lives while BokSoon withholds further details, but Jae-young admits she once found a gun and a phony passport in her mother's bag. BokSoon doesn't dispute this because she finally feels close to her, which leads Jae-young to believe her mother is CIA. The firm executives meet the next day to discuss the murder of their men and speculate that Min-kyu was involved. Some of the bosses don't believe Min-kyu when he says that BokSoon only protected herself and offers compensation. They even give him the blade to finish the job himself as the rule says. Rather, Min-kyu takes out one of the bosses atop the table and reminds everyone that he is the rule and adds a new rule: no drawing weapons while they are in session. When BokSoon arrives at the office to sign the contract, Min-hee is there and admits that Youngji was killed that night by Min-kyu. She kills Min-hee in a fit of rage with a pen and leaves it to Min-kyu as a hint that she wants to combat him. BokSoon have a very intimate dinner with Jae-young, even allowing her to omit the vegetables. She wants her to have one fond memory in case that she doesn't return. She arrives at the office later, and as soon as the elevator doors open, Min-kyu starts firing at her. She stays still because she is aware that he isn't yet being serious. After that, Min-kyu invites her over for a drink and claims to have already predicted that she will lose. BokSoon starts running through a variety of scenarios in her thoughts in an effort to kill Min-kyu repeatedly, but no matter what she tries, she always loses. She becomes aware of his weakness, which is BokSoon herself, after hearing him talk about the past. When BokSoon admits that Min-kyu had been in love with her all along, it is enough for him to be distracted and be killed by a samurai sword. Before dying, Min-kyu admits he sent Jae-young a tablet so she could view everything through the cameras. BokSoon rushes back home in panic and distress, fearing her daughter will despise her now. Jae-young is sound sleeping, so perhaps Min-kyu was lying. BokSoon feels bad and wonders whether Jae-young really doesn't know when she wakes up and compliments BokSoon for always working so hard for the family. Later, it's revealed that the senator died in his car from carbon monoxide poisoning, hinting that BokSoon was responsible. Jae-young returns to school to say her last goodbyes because she has already been expelled. She shakes hands with So-ra and whispered to her that she was torn between wanting to kiss her in front of everyone or just kill her. She then touches her neck and makes eye contact with Chul-woo to remind him of what she is capable of.